Have you ever finished a TV show and just sat there like, okay, now what the hell am I supposed to do? Like, you watched season 1 of Wednesday, and you were like, this girl is cool, the show is cool, I love it. Then the season ends, and you're just stuck. Well,
I've got some exciting news for you. Season 2 of Wednesday is out. Now it's time to see if it's good or not, if it's as fun as season 1, or if it totally sucks. So this video is basically asking, did they nail it or mess it up? If you want a real, no censorship review,
watch this till the end, because we're gonna laugh, get mad, and share some cool facts. The story of season 1 and its ratings. If I want to sum up season 1 for you, Wednesday is that goth girl, black makeup, pale skin. She's that Sigma girl type, thinks she's a badass, doesn't show love to anyone, and honestly, everyone has a crush on her. Anyway, she does some huge destruction at her own school, so they send her to a school specifically for troublemakers. There, the students are weird, the teachers are weirder, and on top of that, there's a serial killer. So Wednesday and her friends try to solve the mystery of her own family and the killer, while also dealing with her own powers. Season 1 was directed by the great Tim Burton, so it had that dark, awesome vibe. Tim Burton is super cool. Guys, go watch his movies, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Edward Scissorhands, and Old Batman. His movies are just cute and quirky. He totally fits Wednesday's vibe. He's a really awesome director. Season 1 was fully directed by Burton, and it crushed it.
It got 8/10 on IMDb. On Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it 72%, and audiences 86%. Everyone was like, whoa, what a show! Some said Tim Burton doesn't matter, but who cares?
The show was such a hit that half of all gamers in Iran and worldwide dressed in black after it aired, and started doing that silly Wednesday dance. It got tons of views. I was one of those people who liked it. But that was 2 years ago. I was just a kid back then. Yeah, good times. Now season 2 is out, with lots of hype. Everyone was waiting to see what kind of mess Wednesday would make this time, what drama would happen, what cake she'd eat, metaphorically. But honestly, the beginning of season 2 is kinda weak. Even the first episode feels like the writers themselves don't know what's going on. They bring in a bunch of characters. Half of them are just there to fill space. No real personality. No proper development. The story starts off really slow. You feel like time has slowed down, like watching paint dry. And that slow pace continues until episode 3. You have no idea what's going to happen. Some scenes are so obviously dragged out, like they're just padding the runtime. On Twitter, people were saying, I watched Wednesday season 2 up to episode 3 and kept skipping forward. So my advice, if you're gonna watch this show, there's an X button. Dear editor, put an X there right now. I wanna speak calmly to the audience. You'll find that X button on your player. Watch the first 3 episodes while listening to me. Trust me, you won't miss a thing. Now the strengths of season 2. Hello to all my dear listeners and viewers of the Black Deck program. Even though it doesn't suit me at all to sit and watch Wednesday, I still watched it to tell you the good parts. The school's atmosphere and that mysterious vibe from season 1 are still there. Tim Burton did a great job with that. He directed the first 4 episodes. Then he makes a silly wordplay joke about kilograms. Overall, this season is really well directed. The mysteries and cool murders are still there. You sit down, follow the crime story, and it really hooks you. Each episode is super exciting and full of twists. Another positive thing added in season 2 is that Wednesday has slightly deeper relationships with her family and friends. She's not that total brick wall anymore. You can tell she has a soft side. Her face still looks like she doesn't care, but overall, her character has grown. Here's a fun fact that Wednesday dance song that went viral last year. You know, Goo Goo Muck. Let me translate the lyrics into Persian in a funny way. It's hilarious. And guess what? Surprisingly, there's even a reference to Jesus in there. He's joking. Yeah, crazy, right?
But let's be honest, Season 2 messes up in some places. Some new characters aren't interesting at all, they're just there to stretch the story.
The humor is way less than Season 1 and much less funny. To put it simply, it's clear that Season 2 was made for money. Some mysteries and twists are so weak and predictable that you feel scammed. And in some scenes,
they show Wednesday as too emotional and helpless, which totally goes against her dark, I don't care personality. That's bad writing. The writer messed up. They didn't think. It's like they never even watched Season 1. They have no idea what they're doing.
Some episodes are just full of pointless dialogue and violence. You feel like the writer was just eating chips and didn't care about the audience. I really don't get it. You need to have some respect for your viewers. In one episode,
Wednesday cries so uncharacteristically that people on Instagram said they changed Wednesday, or she took acting lessons from Golshifta Farahani, a famous Iranian actress. Little details and red flags of the show. You might not believe it.
But some things really annoy you. For example, mysteries and murders get solved way too quickly. Before you even feel suspense, the dumb writer goes, "Yeah, dude, this is the killer." Like, what's the point? I wanted to think, to feel excited, suspense. But no, nothing. Another thing, you can guess a lot of scenes way ahead of time. Plus, episodes are super long, but at the end, you feel like nothing was added. Just empty filler. But there is a positive. Wednesday's dialogues are still sharp and funny like before. If you like dark humor, you'll enjoy it. That's one of the few things left from the previous season, and it's genuinely fun. Here's a cool fact. The original show on Netflix is actually released on Wednesdays. Literally. For us Iranians, we download it whenever our internet allows, but the fact that they air it on Wednesday is a funny little detail. I had to mention it. Now let's get a bit more scientific, because I'm kind of a nerd. Season 2 scored 7.9 × 10 on IMDb, so about a full point lower than Season 1. On Rotten Tomatoes,
only 58% of critics liked it, and audiences gave it 70%. But even that 70% is probably because of hardcore fans. Even if you're a super fan, you still gave it 30% less. On social media, there's a lot of debate. Some say Wednesday is still cool.
Others say it doesn't have the same feel as Season 1. You might remember how Season 1 became such a huge trend that our jaws dropped. But Season 2, barely heard about it. Overall, Wednesday Season 2 is not a complete disaster, like some say. It's not over.
Not everything is ruined. But it's also not as good as Season 1. It's an average show made for money. Some parts are really good and fun, but other parts are so boring, annoying, and dragged out that you're better off not watching them.
If you're looking for a mystery show and want something different, give it a try. But if you're looking for a masterpiece, don't watch it. If you're a fan of Wednesday and mystery stuff, it's worth watching once. But if you're looking for something mind-blowing,
it'll disappoint you. Kid, adult, teenager, elder, man, woman. I don't know who our audience is anymore. This is where life is right now. Okay, dear friends. Wednesday Season 2 is an average show. If you like Season 1, you'll watch Season 2.
But if you're looking for something amazing where you can't guess what happens next, something that blows your mind and touches your soul, then you'd have to wait a week. And in Iran, either war breaks out, or a famine, or zombies show up. The excitement never ends. Every time, thank God, Iran does something you've never seen before. Since 2019, every time I say, "Okay, that's it, you're done, no more surprises," nope. Every time something new happens. COVID can't really talk about that. The economic disaster, the dollar price, can't talk about that either. War, disease, misery, poverty, famine, all at once. And here you are, watching Wednesday Season 2. Honestly, I'm happy for you. What else can you do, dude? Nothing. Just relax and enjoy. In the end, we'll all die anyway and be at peace. Thanks so much, I'm out. Skeleton comes on, showtime.